What's going on, you guys? Risky Ryan here, back with another video. Today we got a big one. I'm going to try to make it real quick, so maybe get out a notebook because we're going to go over a ton of stuff because it's the end of the week, end of the month. We're going to talk about we're going to look at the heat map, we're going to look at the indexes, we're going to look at the Mag 7, we're going to look at crypto, and we're going to look at some top picks that I have my eyes on going into September. We're going to make predictions. We're going to look at key levels. We're going to get you ready for September. Comment of the day, comment of the month. What do you think? So I got two. All right. What stocks do you want me to keep an eye on next month? What stocks do you think are going to do the best next month? And then my other question is, NVIDIA, do you think it will be over $120 or under $120 at the end of September? Go ahead, leave your comments below. Alrighty, before we dive in, of course, here is my disclaimer. Trading is risky. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion only. Trade at your own risk, but I do hope that you find some value in the video. And if you do, if you could hit the like button, I'd appreciate it greatly. I do not have 100 subscribers yet. Would love to get those 100 subscribers in September. That is my goal. So your likes, your subscribes, of course, help me to reach that goal, help me get up in the algorithm, all that good stuff. Okay, what a crazy day. Starts off high. Looks like, yay, right? So we came down, we retested where the close was of yesterday on a lot of these indexes and then popped much higher. And this is looking really good because it looked like we were rolling over and then we just had a total reversal. So things are looking pretty bullish going into September if you ask me. Dow up 0.55, NASDAQ up 1.13, S&P up 1, Russell up 0.58. All right, taking a look at the heat map. A lot of green today, a lot of green. Apple needed some cooling off. United Healthcare needed a little cooling off. Amazon loved the data that came out today. Tesla did too. Eli Lilly, this thing whipped me out and I had to hop back in. My pick from yesterday, Intuitive Surgical, went up 1.12%. And looking at the ETFs, SMH did very well, 2.3, SOX 2.6, Q's 1, right? See here, financials holding up really good. Regional banks, keep on rolling. Keep on rolling. Let's see here, Bitcoin, not so good today. Treasuries, not so good. But yeah, mostly green across the board. All right, the moment y'all been waiting for, let's take a look at the indexes. So coming over, we'll start with a SPY. This is a daily chart, and we had a huge development. So yesterday there was a major sell signal, and today it reversed out of it, and that's very bullish. So what you see here, these lines, like this right here, these arcs, this is a Gann square, and then this is a Ichimoku cloud. You got Tenkan-sen, which is a faster moving average, Kijun-sen, slower moving average, and Chikou-span, which you want over price. And guess what? Yesterday we closed under the Tenkan-sen, and very rarely do you get a close under the Tenkan-sen and then a close over the Kijun-sen or the Tenkan-sen the very next day. When that happens, it usually means we're moving higher. That's usually what it means. You can see right here we closed under, closed over, and then we were good for, what was that after that close? At the top is a 2.79% move over the course of, you know, a week or two. Here's another one, closed under, closed over, and then boom. Close under, close over, boom. So yeah, when you get one of these close under, close overs, usually it's good for a few percentage move. And now we have the benefit of the Gann arc. So yeah, we closed at 563. We're very close to all-time highs. If that were to break, the next level up is 585, and that is 3.5% away. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the Heikin-Ashis. And so yeah, so we had reds and then we have greens. Now these are still in reversal format, but because you got the upper wick and the lower wick. Heikinashis tell you trends. All right, they're not like normal candlesticks where they show you the high, where it closed. It shows you average, the high, the low, and the average. So, yeah, things are looking pretty good on the daily, on the Heikinashis as well. All right, back to the regular candles. We're going to look at the weekly. We're going to work our way up. So weekly candle, take a look at that candle. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks pretty good. So what an amazing month, right? What a crazy, 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 crazy month that we have had. Crazy past couple months. It's just been an absolute roller coaster, and we deserve better than that, don't we, guys? All right. But yeah, obviously we're looking really solid on those candles. On the Heikinashi candles, you've got 548. Basically next, we don't want to come back down to that level. So 550 is going to be a very strong support level. So keep your eye out all next month. 550 is going to be a very important level, and an even more important level is going to be 509. I really doubt we ever get there again. But we did, we did a little something here. If you go to the regular candles on the monthly, just take a look. Look at that. Do you believe in the Ichimoku yet? We came all the way down and tapped exactly the monthly Tenkan-sen. So this indicator, this Japanese indicator, Ichimoku, it's a very powerful indicator. You can trust it to help guide you. It's right a lot more often than it's wrong. So, yeah, obviously S&P 500, we got a lot out of our system. We were overbought, and things are looking fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. We're going to go back into the daily. Now, the Qs aren't looking as strong. We're still in the cloud. And actually here, I'm going to take a look at my chart here in my brokerage here, and take a look at the future cloud on the NASDAQ on the daily. Cloud is back to bullish, which is good. We're over the 10-day, over the 50-day, over the 200-day moving averages. But we are inside the cloud still. Now, if we just go straight, flat, we'll get out of the cloud. But cloud support kind of drops off, towards the middle of September and the near future. So keep that in mind. All right, back to this. We're going to take a look. We're going to look at the Heikinashis now. So we got our green Heikinashi. Looking at the weekly. NASDAQ, 467. 467 is a good place for stop loss. It's a good place. If we break that, it means that maybe this uptrend is over. Maybe it's slowing down. Maybe we aren't going to break all-time highs. However, this week and last week, essentially no lower wick, meaning that it's in a strong uptrend now. Looking at regular candles, we're above Tenkan-sen. Looking at the monthly. Look at that. So we are actually, I'm going to move this down to right there. Okay, so yeah, we're holding this trend line pretty well. We're closing bars over. We want to get above this Gann angle, and to do that next month, we're going to have to break all-time highs. We're going to have to close above 500. After that, we can get, even higher, up to 544. So awesome. Let's take a look at the Heikinashis on the monthly. Yeah, we had a weird one, right? A weird one, but it's green. Closed green. So that means the uptrend is still intact. There was a moment of fear, but it closed green. So that's a great sign. And oftentimes when there's capitulation like this, and it stays green and the next month's green, you get strong moves. So obviously we're heading into the election, all that stuff, but overall, pretty strong month. Pretty dang strong month. A lot of price trajectory. We basically sorted this area out, it looks like. So that's not to say this could be a perfectly straight line. I wouldn't be surprised if we get NASDAQ down to like 464. You could absolutely see like a 5% drop before moving higher. You know, that's possible, but overall, this formation is looking bullish. The Russell looks very strong, you guys. Let's go to the daily. Russell's over Tenkinson. Kind of in a range, but it's looking good. 227 is the next big level that we got to crack. Heikinashi's. That's Renko's. Heikinashi's. Green. Not perfect green, but green. Weekly chart. So, weekly Tenkinson 212. That's a pretty good spot. I mean, it looks like we have a lot of support right there. So, that's a great buy zone if you get a chance down there, but you probably won't, because if the uptrend continues, which we're above Tenkinson on the daily and the weekly, we probably will. But yeah, between 212 and 209, we have a lot of support levels. Gann angle, Gann level, Kijinson, Tenkinson. We have a ton of support. Looking at the regular candles. Okay, so we closed kind of flattish from yesterday, but overall, bodies are moving higher is what we're seeing. So that looks awesome. Taking a look at the monthly. Yeah, once again, testing that Tenkinson, almost Kijinson, and just closing up on one of these crazy hammers. It's not always super bullish to see these, but it's bullish more times than not. And yeah, on the Heikinashis, we're still trucking along. Still trucking along. Things look good. All right, we're going to look at semiconductors because that's important. So yeah, semis below on the daily, we're below the cloud, below all this stuff. This is a key level here, 240. It's a strong level of support. So yeah, you can see we tapped it and pushed off it. We're looking to get over Tenkinson, essentially. That's the big thing. And then we got to get into like 250-ish to get back into this arc. So we do have a lot of overhead pressure. Obviously, everybody knows what happened with NVIDIA. However, I don't think it's going to see as much softness as people think, but I could be wrong. Weekly chart over Tenkinson. Couldn't get into the arc. Heikinashi's. Green. We got a stop loss level at 236 on the weekly. And that's a good spot for it, because when you have one of these, it's kind of like a reversal candle, because it's got an upper and a lower wick. So if we were to get a wick below, if we were to go below that number, we're red again. And that means, and that's usually, that's what happened here. And then you get boom, boom, boom. So yeah, 236.85 to be exact on the SMH, which is my preferred semiconductor index. We'll look at the socks just for you sock wearers. That weekly is at 223.7 and 223.50, call it. So that's where a stop loss would be appropriate if you're following the Heikinashi. I like the Heikinashis. They do help with stop losses and identifying turnarounds, as well as the Ichimoku and MACD. I like MACD as well. Which we're going to use that more on the Mag 7, which we will begin right now. Alrighty, so Mag 7, we're going to start with NVIDIA because, of course, why not? And you will be surprised to see that on the weekly, we are just slightly inside of the arc. We are green. We're above the fib level of 119.19, and we're holding it at the moment. Closed right there. Now we did get ourselves a bullish engulfing, which, hey, we've seen this before. Yikes. So, I mean, a drop to Tenkan-sen or even this GAN level at 106 is potentially possible, but I wouldn't count on it. Would not count on it. Just because we do still have green Heikin-Ashi candles. So, first week will be pretty critical. You have a stop loss level of 116.66. Because then we're all, in all likelihood, are going to get down to 113, and that would be, you know, it's like a 2.75% drop. I mean, NVIDIA moves so much, like we could be in and out of that in a day. So it all depends on if you're trading, if you're investing, etc. Taking a look at the monthly, we do have a green Heikin-Ashi candle. And we came down, touched Tenkan-sen on the monthly, and we closed above our fib level. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how next month starts for NVIDIA. Very interesting. Okay, here's your new leader, Apple. We're gonna go to the daily here, and you shall see still closing above the Tenkan-sen and still closing above our GAN angle. So, Apple, looking solid, absolutely solid. Looking at the Heikin-Ashi candles, we did have a bit of a reversal candle here, but it's still green. On the weekly, it's going to look a lot stronger. Stop loss level on the weekly is 221.54, and it's a good stop loss level. That's a flat bottom. And that from this point, 229. Where are you? 229. Call it like right here. Oh, geez Louise. You know, that would be a drop of 3.2%. So a decent stop loss level, decently tight. You know, the risk reward on this for a trade is actually quite decent. I have a full position. You know, I 10% of my retirement, to be candid, Apple right now. So my skin's in the game. Obviously, that's my opinion only. Trade at your own risk, but that's my belief. So looking at the monthly, this is the healthiest looking, you know, Mag 7 stock. Maybe Meta will look pretty good too, but Heikin-Ashis look fantastic. The monthly, you know, we're closing over this GAN level on the monthly. So yeah, price target for the end of the month, 243. 243, and that is a fib level that's 6%. So I'm hoping for 6% out of Apple this month. That's what I'm thinking. All right, Tesla had a day today. We're in the month. We closed inside of the monthly cloud, which is good, and outside of the arc, which is good. Taking a look at the daily. Closed over Kijun-sen. And we do have support down here at 204. It's not, you know, and it's pretty well confirmed, it looks like to me. So this GAN angle is a pretty strong level of support, it's looking like. It was starting to look a little scary, but you know, if you look at the Heikin-Ashi candles, you know, you could wait for a break over 215 or a close over Tenkan-sen at like 216. That would be a good maybe wait and see kind of thing if you're not ready to take a new position. But like obviously, like if you're trading this, you're not looking at the Ichimoku too much because it's all out of whack. It's under the cloud. It's everything about Ichimoku is telling you no. But the GAN, it does appear that there is some change in momentum happening. It touched support, moved up, so that looks good. Weekly candle. Yeah, we're kind of in this range. So, yeah. So like we get under 202, things start getting weird with Tesla. Just looking at the Heikinashi here. Yeah. So I mean, this on the weekly, it looks like it's moving down. On the daily, it's moving up. So we'll just have to wait and see with Tesla. Meta had a great month. Let's take a look at the daily. So we closed under the GAN level, but we're still pretty close to it, and it looks like we're respecting this fib channel. So we really do need to get back up and over the Tenkan-sen, and that's at 520, club 529. You got to close above that. Nearest level support's down here at 506, so it's possible we see that again, but tomorrow's gonna, like Tuesday, because the market is closed on Monday, Labor Day. It's going to be important to see like a pretty strong candle to stay inside of this fib channel. Otherwise, we could just bonk, But yeah, I mean, there's been some overall strength after some freak out weakness, and that could be that. I usually see that as a good thing because it's basically a rejection of what was appearing. So for it to like reject twice, like it's kind of, I don't know, I don't see it that often, but let's take a look at the Heikinashi candles. We did get a green Heikinashi candle today. Weekly Heikinashi, still green. Yeah, closing under. Monthly, yep, closing under, came down and tapped the GAN angle. So the GAN angle is confirmed as support. So this arc is going to be presumed support now. Heikinashi candle, green. So yeah, Meta, it was strong when everything else was weak, and now it's weak when everything else is strong. These things cycle. They cycle. Speaking of things that cycle, Amazon, cyclical. Let's go to the daily. Regular candles. We are over Tenkan-sen. Now we're still under the cloud. This is a daily. But you love to see this because now we're back in this fib channel. And we could see a ton of strength out of Amazon. I think Amazon might actually start to come alive next month because we've been just getting a lot of good data. And Heikinashis, we do have our first. A decent stop loss is down here at 172. And it closed today at 178.40 is where it's at right now. That's a drop of 3.24%. So Amazon and Apple, 3% stop loss level. That's pretty good as far as setups go. Obviously, you're under the cloud and all that, kind of like Tesla. So you're really banking on Heikinashis here. So that's probably what I would follow if I were to trade this. Going to the weekly. Regular candles. We are over Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. So everything looks good on the weekly chart. Ichimoku. Look at that. Kijun-sen's overpriced. To stay overpriced, we got to start moving higher and higher and higher. So for this to stay intact, we need upward momentum. And this kind of candle, bullish engulfing shooting star thing, really good. Really good looking. So yeah, keep your eye on Amazon. That thing's going to probably start moving. Okay, monthly looks solid. Came down and touched the GAN level exactly. Interesting. Heikinashi, we do have a red Heikinashi on Amazon. So that's like the only down mark other than it being under the Ichimokus on the daily. Microsoft is just trying so hard to get over this level here. So, okay. On the daily, we are still under the Tenkan-sen. We can't get over the Tenkan-sen. This Gann angle does seem to be holding us up. And if we were to use a Heikin-Ashi candle as a stop loss, your stop loss would be here at 412. Oh, sorry, that was Heikin-Ashi. So we do have a buy signal? No. We're over Tenkan-sen, but we are under the cloud here. But this is usually a good sign. Good volume today. So really what we want to see is we want to close over 421. That's really like the important thing to do here. We got to get above this again. Looking at the weekly. Okay. Heikin-Ashi. Red Heikin-Ashi. So that's bad. That means that we might be going down. Monthly. That's bad. That means we might be going down. So Microsoft is still kind of like, I give it a 4 out of 10 going into September. Could work out, but there's better trades for next month, I think. What are we missing? Google. All right, so closing under the Gann level on the monthly. Yeah, this is still it's fine on the Ichimoku, but it's not looking good in my opinion. Looking at the weekly, yeah, not looking good on the daily. Not looking good. So yeah, there's no buy signals. I'm not seeing any buy signals here for Google, so I'm just gonna keep this kind of short. Google's a no for me. I don't, I'll let you know when we're getting closer to that point, but pretty much every chart doesn't look good for Google, in my opinion. Awesome. All right, so let's take a look at crypto. Let's take a look at crypto. Bitcoin, US dollar. Just kind of between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, can't get up and over the Gann level or angle. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. Let's just put it that way. Maybe we'll see something good in Heikin-Ashis here. Nope, not on the daily. What about the weekly? Weekly, we have green. Monthly, we have red. Now this thing is just it's a wild ride. It's wild, this thing. Now this Gann angle, next month, we got to stay above 60,000. We've already rejected this Gann level of 52,480. And closed above the Gann level of 58,427. So a retest of 60 makes sense, but that's like where we're opening up. So yeah, crypto could have a rough one next month, or it could just blast. So like if we were to break 65,750, we would break this monthly Heikin-Ashi, and then we're moving. Then we're really moving. So something to keep in mind. Ethereum's just been looking not so good, is all I can say. It's just been not looking so good. On the monthly, we're almost closing below the cloud and stuff. So Ethereum is not looking great. Sorry if you're holding Ethereum. This level right here, 3,000, we really got to get above it. All the other charts, if the monthly's looking this bad, the weekly's going to look bad, and the daily's going to probably look worse. Yeah, we're under the cloud. So yeah, Ethereum, that's not a buy at the moment. Sorry. XRP had been showing a lot of strength, and we did close above the daily cloud, but we did soften, come under the Tenkan-sen. Tenkan-sen's sitting all the way up at 33. Oh, hold on. This is market cap. Sitting at about, call it 59 cents we got to get to. And yeah, it looks like did we close under the cloud? Closed right at the top of the cloud. So yeah, there's been some weakness showing in this, but it's been one of the stronger looking. Yeah, before we do that, let's just take a look at like a monthly Heikinashi on this. So the Gann angle down here, like 43 cents. We don't want to get under 43 cents this month. But we do have a green, so that's good. Overall momentum is moving up, you know, like we had a trough and now we might have a new peak. Weekly, you know, if you want a tighter stop loss, weekly is sitting right here at like 54 cents, 54.4 cents. Doge. Doge. Yeah, gross. Not good. Let's look at the monthly. Not good. Not good. We got to get up to like 13 cents really to call this like, okay, we're good. Now, breaking the monthly, we would be breaking about, 13.3 cents. Then we're moving up. But at the moment, we're in a strong downtrend. So this could be the bottom here. You know, it could slow down and then turn up. And these are Heikinashis. But yeah, you can see big bodied Heikinashis with no upper wick. It's bearish. Finally, Solana. Red on the Heikinashi. See how it closed here. We closed above the Tenkan-sen, so the monthly Ichimoku's okay. Weekly, we're closing below the arc, below the moving averages. Not good. Heikinashi candle. Yeah, we broke this. So this is a moment to potentially reduce your position if you haven't already. Yeah, so doesn't look good is all I'll say. We're out of the arc. We're closing below Tenkan-sen, closing below Kijun-sen on the daily, so not great. So, all right, so that's crypto. Now I got some top picks. If you've waited this long, if you are in this video at 32 minutes and like 30 seconds, thank you. And if you're not a subscriber, maybe consider becoming one if you've been enjoying this. And if there's a stock that I don't cover, go ahead and leave a comment below. I'd love to take a look at it next week. My first pick is Eli Lilly. And you can see here on the daily, we closed under Tenkan-sen yesterday and then back up and over Tenkan-sen. Very bullish. This thing has had an absolute rocket ship of a ride. We got above the all-time highs, and we closed today higher than we've ever closed before at 959, 960, something like that. So this thing, I mean, on the Gann, if we get to the next Gann level, we're talking 20%, okay? And if we take a look at my chart here, we were about to have a crossover, and now it might be circling back up. We're not overbought, so it makes sense that would happen. We closed right at the fib level. Closed right at the fib level, about 960. So, yeah, breaking that is going to be massive, absolutely massive, because you guys, I mean, the next fib level is up here at 1214. 1214, and that is like 26%. So that's absolutely massive. I mean, I'm happy to wait a year to get that in Eli Lilly. Happy to wait, but I don't think you'll have to wait that long. I think you're probably going to get like a pretty good like push once we get above these levels. I mean, I would expect us to get probably like up here, like a good 5% move, get to 1,000. That'll be the next sort of psychological resistance point, but this looks incredibly strong, you guys. So, and looking at the Heikinashis, you can see here we were breaking down, and then I got a wick over this on the daily. So a lot of buy signals flashing on Eli Lilly. My second stock pick going into next week and next month, DoorDash. This thing whipsawed me out. I got in, I front ran it, then it softened in the middle of the day. I reduced my position. Then it was like, oh, it is going to close over Tankinson, and I got back in. So kind of betrayed some of my rules waiting for it to like close. But yes, we closed under Tankinson for the last couple of days, closed back over. And we have support here at 128.30. So, and we closed at 128.60. So we have a lot of support. A lot of indicators flashing, let's buy this thing. And I do want you to take a look at what I'm seeing on this. So if I go to a 4-hour, on a 4-hour chart, you can see this MACD crossover is forming. And we have supported the cloud right there. We also popped the parabolic SAR, so on the 4-hour. So this is huge. A lot of buy signals that I'm seeing on this. So I like DoorDash, and I would love to see it come up to 176. So let's see some of these levels here, if any of them coincide. So, okay, just hitting the gain angle, you're at 5%. And 176, yeah, it's going to take some time to get there, but 176, the next fib level, is like 40% away. The ARC is at 150, that's 16% away. Next scan level is 22% away. So, you know, getting above this, we just got to get to the old highs. And we've had a really tight formation here. And what I like about these tight formations is it's really easy to set your stop loss. So, you know, the low of this was like 124 or something. Let's take a look at the weekly Heikinashi candle, and we have a great stop loss point of 123.61. And I'm actually going to write that down because I'll probably use that for this position, because I just started the position, and you know, timing the initial entries can be difficult, but I'm pretty damn confident on this. So DoorDash. Let's take a look at the monthly on this. Yeah, green. So flipping the momentum here. Flipping the momentum. Okay. My next pick, Intuitive Surgical. Look at that on the monthlies. I mean, it's strong, right? Okay, let's go to the daily, show you what I'm looking at here. So yeah, we closed under, and then we closed over, and I got back in, and we had a good day today. I expect this thing to separate from Tankinson and start moving in a strong fashion towards this GAN level, and that's 11%. So really feeling good about this investment, this trade. Just got to break above. You know, you could wait to break and close above 494, call it 495, and then, you know, then take your position. But we might at that point start to get kind of extended away from the Tankinson. And I don't like taking trades there because it could come down and still technically be in an uptrend, but I could be down 4% or something. I don't like that. I like it when it's nice and tight. I like it when it's nice and tight. Okay. Let's take a look at the weekly to give us an idea of maybe a good stop loss if one were to enter a trade here. And 469.57. And that is that, and even that is like a 4.5%. So I do like the position, and I don't suspect we'll get down there. I just don't, but could happen. But probably won't. We'll probably find, if we do come down, we'll probably find support at 474, 475, and then continue to move higher. Another pick that I have here is SOFI. SOFI is crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. We closed above our GAN level, and now we're contending with the weekly cloud. Let's take a look at the daily here. So obviously Ichimoku is solid on the daily. You could even wait. This thing likes to like bounce around a lot, so you could even wait for this to kind of come down, retest this level, get a little closer to Tengen-sen before entering a new position. But definitely no sell signals on this thing. Let's go to a monthly chart and just look at this thing. Look at it in all of its glory. So yeah, we have an uptrend forming. Yeah. So we got to get above Tengen-sen on the monthly to really like call this thing like it's moving. And that would be 832, closing a monthly over that. Not really a hard task. Very cool. Very cool. Alrighty. Well, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget, leave a comment below. NVIDIA, do you think it'll be above or below 120 at the end of September? Are there any stocks that you have your eyes on going into September? Any stocks you want me to take a look at next week? I will probably take a look at Palantir. I know that's a popular one. I'll probably end up looking at CrowdStrike. I know you guys like that. But yeah, just let me know if there's any stocks you want me to take a look at. And if you commented before and asked me, do it again, because I'm not always going to remember what stocks you want me to take a look at. So comment again, like, hey, can you take a look at this next week? Be happy to do it. But thank you guys for joining me. I don't know how I kept this video under an hour. It's actually close to 40 minutes. So if you've been with me this long, there's a subscribe button showing up. Become one of my first 100 subscribers. That's the goal for September. It'll be a September to remember. Thank you so much. Risky Ryan out.